My name is Mike Ward, and I'm the owner of the London and Hampshire Anxiety Clinics. And I specialise in the treatment of mental health problems with regards to anxiety and the whole spectrum of anxiety. And very early on, in when I first started working, was really around sort of general counselling, talking therapies, and recognising how useful that is. And then as I sort of progressed, with my work and understand more about the biology, the neuroscience of the brain, and really started to hone in and work with anxiety disorders. I started to understand then that there's more of a sort of a 360 holistic approach to anxiety. So psychological, physiological, and also behaviorally, environment, that type of thing. And it became more of like, yes, talking therapy is really important to understand what's going on. But if we just talked about the anxiety, then it's like not much changes. A lot of clients were coming in saying, well, this is where I am. This is what's happening. This is what I've experienced. And this is like where I want to be. And it's like just talking doesn't necessarily bridge all of that in that sense. So what I found just through researching about treatments and things, so psychological treatments, treatments about physiology, how we work with the body, the nervous system, how we can get the body communicating to the brain, how we can use posture, movement, exercise, nutrition, all of those elements. It's then like, well, there's more to this as well. What does technology offer? And that's where I found Alpha-Stim. And I've been using Alpha-Stim within the practice probably for must be at least 7 years now. And so I looked at the research around it, and that's where I thought, right, Alpha-Stim could sit alongside psychological, physiological treatments, and either as standalone if that's what clients want, and also as part of any treatment protocol at the same time. So to support any type of intervention. What I liked about Alpha-Stim as well is there's no tolerance or withdrawal with it at all. It's a drug-free option, and that sort of tied in with the clients that were coming through. A lot of clients were saying, "Mike, I want to do this sort of organically. I want to do it without medication." And some clients were really struggling, so medication was an option there, where they needed the medication to help stabilize. But we could also still support that with Alpha-Stim as well. And for many clients, Alpha-Stim has been really helpful and still is. Clients are using it now. So, Alpha-Stim gave me another option, and an option that clients could use every day, but also something that was very passive. In that sense, they could just sit with it, put it on their ears, use it, be at home, be in the workplace. They could use it proactively before they were going to go into a meeting, or if they're going to go on Zoom. They could really just be very proactive in its use, take it on an aeroplane with them, things like that. So it gave a sense of like, wow, this treatment can be ongoing. It's not just when we meet for an hour, on a client session. It's not like, they want to do some of the interventions during that week. It's like, yes, they can just sit and use Alpha-Stim. So from that perspective, what I started to do was then provide information on Alpha-Stim to my clients to say, look, there's other treatment options here. Have you considered this? I'd then send them all the information about Alpha-Stim, how it works, what it does, the safety of it, the efficacy of it, any risks associated with it, when not to use it. So they're very much more informed. Also, in a collaborative way, was for them to discuss it with their doctor, so they could also check to make sure there's no contraindications with their medical history. And also, I've got pieces of research on it, some of the recent stuff from the NHS. Send them the research paper, so if they're interested, they can have like a thorough read, and also naturally feeding them back to the Alpha-Stim website, so they can look at the information on there, or even have contact numbers to chat with their clinical team, that type of thing.